Good day, students. Mr. Asher here, and class is in session. A few things before we get off on the way to the start of this video. Of course, I got to check out all of my open modes. You always got to go into the shop to see what is available. I now have 2 mega boxes, 1 big box, and then 1 free brawl box to see if I got any token doublers. I do not, but we get some gold out of it, so that's always good to accept. But today I want to dive in to some quests. That way we can work on the star points, grinding out the rest of this brawl pass. I'm working on my 47th tier right now, but let's get started. So one of the quests that we have, our daily quest, is Duo Showdown. I have Ash. I'm picking Ash currently just because Ash is so low trophies. It's easy to work with him on things like Duo Showdown. Now, hopefully this Nita is in the game with me. Hopefully, I don't know if the player is a he or a she, but, hopefully they're in the game, and this Rosa is going to town on them. And so, okay, that gal put up a little twister there that prevented me from getting his power cube, and the Rosa went in after it right there, so I couldn't really do anything. But let's see if we go in. This Nita is still not doing anything, but this Griff is deciding to tap me up like crazy here. So also, I'm not sure if I've said it before in other videos, but I'll say it again. Griff, he is one of my favorite brawlers just because of his mechanic, and I threw down my super, and 1 BB bubble took care of my super there. And that is kind of a shame, because that means my super wasn't able to do much. So hopefully we're able to trap this Rosa, and we were not able to trap the Rosa here. This Nita has not been doing us a lot of favors. I feel like there's someone coming in right now, so obviously I tried to use my chill pill and unfortunately died in the process. So we did get some of the quests worked on, but unfortunately we lost trophies, and that is never fun when you're trying to work on getting both trophies and your quests, that sometimes you just lose. Now, I will say I do feel that like that last round might have been more of the Nita, but now we got a Piper, and Piper on this map, there are walls, but especially with the star power, Piper's pretty good. She can just snipe people from a range, and the Rosa end up slowing her down, and she was still able to do some massive damage there. Now this crow is tapping me right here, and that makes me not upset, but I want to go in on this crow. Now this Rosa is right here, so hopefully, can I prevent death? I cannot prevent death, but we can, however, prevent the loss. Our teammate can do a lot of work in this area and prevent us from losing this match once again. The teammate used an excellent form of super there. Get out of the way. Let's see what we can do to this Byron right here. Okay, that tick has 10 power cubes. We're actually not going to mess with them right away, because if it's a Byron and that Byron has 10 power cubes, we just have to deal with that damage. Okay, now this Mr. P decides not to run away. Instead, he decides to stay there, and he forgot that he doesn't do a lot of damage close up, and the closer you get to a Mr. P when he is doing damage, sorry, that's my buddy Ian there. Me and him have been chatting, and I forgot to put on the old do not disturb. Maybe after this game I'll have to put on do not disturb. So this Piper, I don't know what this Piper just did. Why did you do that, Piper? Why did you why did you just stop attacking? I'm not sure if there's any major reason for that, but that's fine. You saw me swap away his next text. I'll have to put it on do not disturb. That way we don't, get any other messages while we're trying to make a video. And I do not know how that Nita lasted for so long. And I am not going to look to see if this Nita is from the previous match or not. If this Nita was from the previous match, then we just proved that we can win without her. And we did take first place there. And we end up, it says heal that many points of damage. And normally people would take in a Poco or a Byron. I took in Ash because not only does he do damage, but he heals so much for how much rage he has. You saw me put on the do not disturb. That way we don't get ruined from any other messages. Let's choose another brawler. Let's work on some of our brawlers for our quests. We're going to choose B right here. I don't want to take B into any of the trophy maps just yet, just because, you know what, I think that these maps, the map maker maps, are good for a lot of the quests. And so if this is to deal damage, then she can deal damage, right? She knows how to deal damage. I always have a hard time with some of the win quests because sometimes you can control a lot of times how much damage you deal by how aggressive you play, but the ability to win is not always guaranteed. So right there, you saw me. I knew that Gale was there from last time. He actually just stayed in that bush and just stayed for a really long time. And so now we're going to try to stay aggro. This is Gem Grab, and this Mortis, I feel like I am the squishiest of all the brawlers. But if that Mortis goes in like he just did and gets a good super like he just did, then we're all in trouble. And you saw us lose all of our star points there. Okay, so you see me, I end up supering the Mortis to slow him down. He goes into the teleporter, and I gain the 10 trophies. I will say, even if this is a damage quest, I'm very glad that at the same time, oh, you saw me actually snipe and predict how that Mortis was going to go in. I am very glad that we actually win this one at the same time. Helps us use our tokens up each and every day. And so deal 60,000 points of damage. We didn't get a lot, but we got some. And so these gem grab matches, actually the 3v3 modes, are some of the best matches that you could do for any of your brawlers, for do damage quests, for do a heal quest, just for the sheer fact in solo modes you could actually be waiting around, and some of the solo modes end up just making you take teleporters to wherever, and sometimes you don't always get to deal the necessary damage. Now this looks like an interesting map right here, and I won't necessarily say it's as good as maybe a trophy map, but I like the way this map looks. I know I went just from talking about solo showdown or even just showdown maps to healing, everything like that. But I honestly enjoy when there is a lot of thought into a map. Even if someone just goes in a map maker, creates a gem grab map, and all they do is, oh, that Mortis, he just auto-aimed right there. Even if what they do is turn on the mirror mode to all the sections. Also, I really enjoy being able to like tap. And you saw me just then. I had to predict where that Leon was going, and that it is not easy to predict where an invisible Leon is going, depending on which super they have. They could have the speed super that allows them to move around much faster, or they could have the Invisi-heal. Okay, this Brock has officially given up, and I haven't made a comment, but that lollipop drop gadget is so good. We couldn't do anything about it. I'm just trying to get some damage and do a quest. These almost have like kind of a real composition here. We got some. Let's go for some more of the damage quest in Gem Grab. Now again, I know the dangers of playing some of the maps, and unfortunately here is some of the dangers. I'm going to try to go after it, but you can see that these these jump pads. As soon as someone gets on it beforehand, the person in front automatically just ends up activating it, and you just have to walk on it. So our Edgar ended up making it to the center, so hopefully our Edgar can actually do pretty well. I am doing damage to this Colt, so hopefully that does work. But let's get to the end of this, and we end up losing. And so, unfortunately, I was just only able to stay there. I wasn't able to get much damage done, so we go on once we're just losing horrendously. Let's go on to another good one. And hopefully these matches just get out of the way. Because I love playing as B. She's a fun brawler of mine, but you know, I like other brawlers a lot better. And so to have a quest on her, here's another one of those. I didn't even move. They end up taking me out. And so this Rico, I know that other people do not know what games are going to be played, but man, they chose the right one. So we're going to try to go in after it. This Ems is not helping in any way whatsoever. The Rose is trying to go in, but the Ems is not. So maybe I can use this star power or not star power gadget to some help. The Rose is trying to go in, but the Rico, the Buzz is doing so much damage here. Hopefully they just end it soon, because literally they have us on lock. Guys, I had to fast forward through this, but what you missed was they kept us there for 2.5 minutes. Not this Mortis, he was the one in the center, and he did not grab the 10th one for 2.5 minutes. We finished the we finished the quest. We got the tokens. Let's try to end off on a win right here. I had to fast forward through that last little bit, but oh my goodness. That time when you are just having someone in misery and all you're doing is just gloating about that you're winning, that is hard for me, because if I'm not having fun, like even if I lose, I like to have fun, but when someone takes the fun even out of losing, that's hard for me. So let's go into some Showdown Plus. Let's try to be aggro with Colt here. You see I have the football jersey Colt. I really like some of the skins that Colt has. Plus I also have the reload star power. This Surge right here is going aggro, and he taps me a couple times. I'm actually surprised his range did that well. But here's the Brock. I know this Surge is going after it. The Surge auto-aims, and I should have gone after the Colt there, and oh, he knew it. Buzz! This Buzz came out of nowhere. What are you doing? I lost 9 trophies because of you, Buzz. Okay, let's jump into another game. I want to end on a win. Sorry about this, guys, but something happened from the end of the last video. End up messing up, but as you can see, we took first place in that last match. Aggressive, but with this in mind, today we just wanted to work on some trophies and getting those quests in. With all of that said and done, class is dismissed.